Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well and welcome back. I am extremely excited for today's video because I'm going to be reviewing the Beetlejuice collection from Melt Cosmetics. This collection, you guys, has me so excited. I can't even imagine the excitement for those of you who have grown up watching this movie and loving this movie, because looking at this ignites so much creativity in me. The PR box is up there if you can see it. I'll insert some other clips of it more up close because I know they were selling the PR kit. But oh my goodness, you guys, the amount of detail and love that went into here just ignites so much creativity in me. It's beautiful. Laura and Dana, you guys killed it on this collection. I'm so excited to create some looks using this collection today. I actually did try to film this video yesterday, but my hands were not doing what my brain wanted them to do and it was just a disaster. So I did have a chance to play around with a lot of the products here, so I will have more of a well-rounded opinion on these products and a better review. So I guess that worked out. So now I'm just going to quickly break down all the products that they came out with in this collection. They launched 2 palettes here. They are beautiful. This one right here is the Recently Deceased palette. This one has a really fun color story. It has lime greens and this other kind of more emerald blackened green and these really beautiful purples. It's really cool because the little protective acetate plastic is like a still from the movie. I'll hold it up with this white piece of paper. It's so cool. It looks exactly like you're watching the movie. It's so detailed. It's incredible. And this is the other palette. This is the Waiting Room, and this one has a still of the girl who was sawed in half in the waiting room. This one's really fun to look at. It has these more bloody reds in it and these gorgeous cool tones. I think this is the one I'm most excited about. They also launched 3 bullet lipsticks in some really fun shades. I'll also do a swatching montage on my lips later on in the video. They also came out with 3 electric lip paints in some more glittery shades. These I'm very, very excited about. I'm so happy they continue to come out with these with every collection. They came out with 2 ultra matte gel liners and 1 pigment paint. Pigment paint is more shimmery, it has some glitter in there, so I'm really excited to play around with these. These are very versatile. I use these a lot. I can use them as cream eyeshadows, as liners, or as like eyeshadow enhancers. I get a lot of use out of those products. They came out with a mascara, which I don't think they've ever had a mascara available in their line, but this is a really fun one. It says Beetlejuice and it has the sandworm on it. They also came out with an eyelash curler. I love me a good eyelash curler. They also launched 5 brushes, which I'm really, really excited about. I use their brushes pretty much on a daily basis, and I really like the looks of these ones. Here, I'll move out of the way. They're split tone, so it's so fun. And lastly, they came out with a little bag and this really nice handheld mirror, which I will be using today. I always do my makeup with a handheld mirror, so I'm really excited to have this. And I might include this in a giveaway. I am planning on doing a couple giveaways during the month of December, so keep tuned for that. This one's really, really stunning. It has the sandworm on it again. So nice. So now I'm going to actually put these products into action. So before I do that, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It would mean so much to me, and let's get to it. So the first product I'm going to be using is this Ultra Matte Gel Liner in the shade Afterlife. This one is the lime green one. One of the products I was most excited about. I love playing with lime greens. It's one of my favorite colors. So I'm first going to take this Nabla N103 brush. It's just a flat brush, and I'm using this as my base for this look. So I'm going to be using it all over my lid. And this one's fun because it's very, very neon. It does blend out to be a little bit more sheer, but it does build up nicely, I have discovered. So I'm just going to place it all over my mobile lid first, and then I'm going to take a blending brush to start blending that into the crease. Yesterday was a disaster, so my eyes are a little bit sensitive from wiping off a lot of different looks, so hopefully I'll be able to create 3. But with one of the looks I tried out yesterday, I tried to do an all cool tone look, and then I tried to do a graphic liner with this lime green, and I wanted to outline the liner with black to make it look kind of cartoony. But my hands were just saying no. I took it as a sign that it was going to be a fail. I'm going to build it up a touch more on the lid here so you can see the versatility of this. See, so it does build up nicely. It's very, very neon, which is so fun. My eyelids are so dry today. It's making this look so textured, but it's okay. It's okay. So now I'm going to be dipping into the Recently Deceased palette, and I'm going to be using the greens on top for this look. So pretty much all 4 of these. I'm going to first take the shade Beetlejuice, and it's built the way it was on his tombstone. So I'm just going to smoothen out the crease with this color. Oh, I guess I should be using the other melt brushes, but I already dipped. This is the 818 from the other collection they came out with last year. And then I'm going to take the smaller blending brush. This is the number 830, and I'm going to dip into Draw a Door. And I'm gonna place this more into the crease. This is gonna look weird at the beginning. I was playing with this last night and I was like, this look is awful until the last second. So have faith in me. So now I'm going to be dipping into the shade Paranormal, which is so beautiful. It's like a blackened emerald shade, and it also has some teal in there too. It's really, really pretty. So I'm going to be taking that with my finger, and I'm going to place that all over the lid. And I wanted that base color to make it a little more lime green instead of black. So that's why I placed that cream eyeshadow everywhere. Now with that smaller blending brush, once again, I'm going to dip into Paranormal, and I'm going to start blending this out. Now I'm going to dampen this little pencil brush, and I'm going to be working with the Paranormal shade. I'm dampening it because it is a shimmer and I don't want it to get all up in my eye and in my contact while I'm blending it. And I didn't put that lime green on the bottom because I wanted this to have that more teal shift. So now you can really see the difference, well, more in person, I guess, how this one turns a lot more green and this is a lot more blue. So it just gives a more interesting vibe. And now I'm going to tie this in with a little bit of the shade Draw a Door again. And for this eye look, I kind of took inspiration from a lot of Laura's eye looks because she does them very dramatic and she brings them very low on her eyes. I'm gonna fix that later. And now I'm gonna take the shade Beetlejuice again and go over that. And I'm also going to bring these up here again to kind of help the blend and make them a little bit more smooth, more of a ombre. So now with my finger, I'm going to take the shade Neurotic, and I'm placing that right in the center of my lid. And you can leave it very bright like this if you would like. I mean, it looks freaking awesome. I'm also going to use this as my inner corner highlight, so I'm just going to add that while I'm at it. But I'm going to take Paranormal again and place it on top of that to kind of bring it down. I just wanted this to add a lot of dimension. And now I'm just going to refine the edges of the look, just make it all nice before I add some mascara. Just kidding, actually, I'm not done. I now am going to take the black from the other palette. This is the shade Charman, which I think was my favorite character out of the waiting room. And I'm going to define the outer corner here, bring a lot more depth into here, and it's also going to add more dimension. This is a ColourPop E29, by the way. I would recommend doing big eye looks like this before you do your base, because the way that I apply the shadow, I really pack it on without tapping my brush off, and then I always get some fallout. Okay, so now I'm finished. I will catch this eye up to speed and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are, both eyes almost finished. I'm just going to curl these lashes real quick. Oh, does it say Beetlejuice there too? Oh, it does. So I like to curl them right at the base of my lash, give them a couple good squeezes, then I'll take it to the middle of my lash, squeeze again, and then I'll go to the ends. So now I'm going to use their mascara, which I actually really like. I find the wand to be quite unique as well. It does have an hourglass shape, but it's a lot smaller of a brush, and the hourglass shape is shifted towards the bottom of the wand, and there's like this nice little almost round ball at the end. I haven't seen any mascaras like this, and it's nice and volumizing too, which I do really like, especially when I do more intense eye looks like this one. I really appreciate that this isn't a huge hourglass shaped wand, because usually with the other ones I always hit my eyeshadow. Also, when I was trialing this look, I did end up putting the gel liner in my waterline, but I'm going to forego that because I didn't really love how it looked. I liked the way that this looked a lot better, a little bit more grungy, not so neon. Okay, so here is the first look, all complete. I am obsessed with it. I love this look so very much. What do you guys think? I'm going to have a hard time to wash this off, that's for sure. But now I wanted to try on one of the funky lipsticks that they came out with in this collection. So I'm going to zoom you out real quick. I think just for fun, I'm going to try out this green lipstick that they came out with this look. Why not? This is the shade Ghost with the Most, like a camo-y army green. So this is going to be interesting. Definitely not what I would actually pair with this, but just for fun, why not? I love how Melt is so bold with color. They always come out with really funky lip colors. I definitely do not, oh my gosh, I look like Esqido. I mean, I definitely do not have a lip liner that matches this. Okay, I cannot, I'm living my little childhood dream of looking like Esqido. Hold on a second. I know a lot of you were very curious to know what this looked like on. It's honestly really, really cool. And it's actually quite flattering. It doesn't make my teeth look yellow at all, which usually greens and blues and such always make my teeth look very, very yellow. It actually looks really badass, this whole look. So now I'm just going to go take some photos because I think this is going to be the thumbnail look. So I will be right back for the second look. So now moving on to the second eye look, I'm first going to start off with the shade Bio Exorcist from the Recently Deceased palette, and I'm taking that on a simple blending brush. This is a ColourPop E22, and I'm using this as my crease color. And I really love these purples. They have like a really fun pink hue to them, and they actually perform very beautifully. They're super easy to blend, which I find can be tricky with purples. I don't know what it is. Just taking a clean blending brush to buff the edges even further. Now I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush. This is a crease brush from some random brand. I don't know. It doesn't say, it just says crease. So I'm going to work this more into the crease, and then I'm going to start adding some of the shade Lost Souls. And I'm focusing this mostly on the outer, and then I'll bring it to the rest of the crease. Going to define the outer corner with that shade. And I'm also going to introduce a little bit of Charman, just to add some depth. Then I'm going to do another pass with the Bio Exorcist shade. Now I'm going to take my ColourPop E29 brush again, and I'm going to switch over to the Waiting Room palette, and I'm going to work with the top row. I'm first going to take No Exit, and I'm first going to place that right under my eye here. My eyes are starting to get pretty sensitive, so I'm gonna have like a little watery eye patch over here. I swear these videos age my eyes, but it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I'm just gonna take that around halfway, and I'm going to dip into the shade Obituary now, and I'm going to place that on top just for some added color. I'm going to take Charman again, and I'm going to kind of blend the two sides together with the black. I'm going to dampen this Melt 516 brush just because I'm picking up a shimmer, and I'm taking the shade Lydia, which is the brightest red shimmer, and I'm going to place this shade right in the inner corner here. I really like these colors together, the red and the purple. It's super fun. I don't know what this color combination reminds me of, but it's something. Now I'm going to take Obituary once again, and I'm going to soften the edges of this shimmer. Jumping back into the Recently Deceased palette, I'm taking Little Accident as my shimmer color, and I'm using my finger. This shade is very beautiful. This shade is very beautiful. It's like like a nice satin shade. Patting that on first. I'm going to dampen a brush just to intensify that. And now I'm going to be taking this Utterly Alone pigment paint, which is a beautiful purple, and I'm going to be using this little angled brush. This is a Smith 205, and I really like this color. It has a subtle shimmer to it. So I'm gonna take it from here. You don't have to add the liner. I'm just gonna add the liner because my eyes are getting sensitive and it doesn't look very good over here. It's very patchy because of my tears. And I also wanted to demo as many products as I could. I'm just going to slightly correct this with some concealer. So now I'm just gonna quickly add some mascara and I will be right back. So here is the second look all complete. I adore this color combination. It's so fun. So for the inner corner highlight, since there wasn't really anything that would flatter this, I mean the lime green would be really cool again, but I wanted to keep it pinky or red. So I initially just went in with the Vesca Beauty Moonlight highlighter, which is just like a champagne, which didn't really suit it. So I picked out a pink highlighter, and this one was the closest one to me. It's from the Pat McGrath highlighting trio. This little pinky one, and I thought it would be kind of cool to add as my brow highlight too, so I'm gonna try that out real quick. This is a Nabla N208 brush, which is great for brow highlighting because it's not so harsh. Yeah, that looks really, really cool with this. Doesn't really translate on camera, but in person it looks electric. Really cool. Okay, so here are the eyes all finished. Now for lipstick, I'm gonna try on another one of these. I feel like either one of these would look cool with this. One's more red, one's more purple. Here are those lipsticks swatched. The purple one is called Calypso and the more pinky red is called Miss Argentina. Maybe I'll try on both just to see, because I'm curious to see how either one works with this. First gonna try on Miss Argentina. It's a very bright corally red. This one feels slightly more tuggy than the green one and a little bit more dry. Or maybe that's my lips. My lips are really, really dry today. How fun is that? Wow. It's like neon in person. That looks sick. That looks really, really cool. It looks so velvety too. Like it looks very smooth. It doesn't really settle into the lip lines at all. I love it with this eye look. I do. But now I'm gonna try on the other color. That lipstick kind of stained a touch. Try to blank out with whatever foundation's left on my brush. And now I'm going to try on Calypso. This one feels the smoothest out of the three. It has a little bit of a sheen in it. So here is the shade Calypso on. I think with this look, I preferred this one. I brought out the red details a lot. Now this is a little too monochromatic or something, but I still really, really love this lip. It's really fun. I used to wear these types of colors on all of my tropical vacations. Like if I found that it looked really, really cool with the green foliage. Well, I guess it looks like I'm on vacation right now with all these plants. But anyways, here is the second look all complete. I'm just going to go wash my face and then we'll move on to the third and final look. Now moving on to the third and final eye look, I just wanted to share that these more purpley shades in this palette kind of stained my eyelid, not too crazy. So I'm first going to be going in with this Ultra Matte Gel Liner in the shade 125 Years, just to block out any of the pink or redness I still have, because I'm going to be using a lot of the cool tones. So I'm going to be using this Smith 156 brush, and I love these things so much. I just swatched them on my hand here. They're so fun to play with. I'm just gonna take this beautiful concretey shade. I'm so excited about this one for when I do my more cool toned look. And then I'm going to take a brush to blend that out. This is a Smith 232. And then I also brought this on my lower. Now I'm going to take this blending brush, the 820 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Shrunken Head from the Waiting Room palette. It's the lightest of the grays. And that wasn't completely set yet, but hopefully it won't matter. I'm just trying to run that through my crease, and I added a little too much, so I'm taking a clean blending brush and I'm trying to kind of remove and diffuse that as much as possible. Now I'm gonna take Shrunken Head again and concentrate it more in the crease. And I'm gonna take the smaller blending brush with the shade Tombstone, and I'm gonna pack that into the crease as well. With that same brush, I'm now going to take Charman, which is the black, and I'm going to start deepening this up. I was going to just keep this as an all cool toned eye look, and then I was like, let's do a little Billie Eilish moment on my eye. I'm just wiping off that brush and I'm picking up the shade Tombstone. I'm just going to run that across down here. I will clean this up with my beauty blender. Oh no. Uh-oh. My beauty blender had a bunch of black on it. Just gonna quickly clean this up real quick. Just another reason why to do eyes first. So now I'm going to jump back in with the Ultra Matte Gel Liner in the shade Afterlife. And I'm gonna take this little pencil brush. At first I was gonna leave it all cool toned, so this is why it looked like that. I was going to add the shade Juno, which is this beautiful shade. I do find this shimmer shade has some inconsistencies compared to all the other shades. This one is quite soft, therefore it's quite crumbly as well and pretty flaky. That's the only shade that I am disappointed in. Everything else I've tried, swatched, played around with. It's the only one that is super flaky and it feels like it needed to be pressed more. I feel like it'd be fine if you just dampened the shadow, but that is still kind of annoying. So I'm gonna take this neon green liner and I'm gonna put it in the inner corner and kind of drag it towards the rest of the eye look. And I'm just gonna take my finger to kind of ease the blend. You can totally keep this as your inner corner highlight, but I just wanted to fade this into the gray. I thought it looked cool. Going to do another little layer of that. And now I'm going to jump back into the Recently Deceased palette and I'm going to take the shade Beetlejuice and I'm going to set that and intensify the eye look with this color. And now for the inner corner highlight, I'm going to take Neurotic again. I think for this eye look, I'm going to put this in my waterline. I think that will take this look to the next level. I'm just going to work this onto my waterline and try not to blink for a little bit so this has a chance to set. I recommend if you're putting these in the waterline to apply a very thin layer first and then build up another one. Ooh, my eyes are gonna need a vacation after this. Before I give you a show of the final look, look how pretty the sunset is right now. Oh my god. So here is the third and final look all complete. Before my eyes water it off. I love how this one turned out. It's super fun. Also gives me Esqido vibes. I am so excited about this collection and I think it brought a lot of creativity out of me. So now I'm going to swatch the 3 electric lip paints on my lips so you can see what they look like. And then I'll give you my wrapped up thoughts. I'm first going to try on the deepest color, which is called Weirder and Weirder. This is incredible how it's going on with no streaks. This is a really cool alternative to like a black lipstick because it looks like a deep purple and it has these really beautiful glitters in it. Not glitter, it's just shimmery. It has some purple and pink shimmer in it. I can't recall if this is a previous formula that they've had or if this is new. I don't remember, but that is insanely beautiful actually. I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I do, but it's so impactful. There was no streakiness whatsoever and it was quite easy to get a crisp lip line. Now I'm going to try on this shade. This is the shade It's Showtime. looks so metallic. It's crazy. The wand is really nice and bendy, so it follows your lip line really nicely, even if you change your pressure as you follow the natural curve of your lips. This one I don't know if I like as much just by my preferences. I like the other one a little bit more. This is really out there. This is crazy cool though. Actually makes my lips look like metal almost, especially if I stretch them. That is so cool. Oh, I think it does dry down to a kiss-proof state. Like just the inner portion of my mouth transferred. Yep, it's a liquid lipstick. So it turns out it's a pretty intense lip stain as well. When I was taking it off, I was like, what's going on here? So now for the third and final one. This is the shade Strange and Unusual. I'm gonna try to block out this color a little bit. So here's this shade, Strange and Unusual. I think out of the three, the one that I would see myself using, if any of them, would be this one, the shade Weirder and Weirder, especially around Halloween. That's usually when I pull out a black lipstick if I feel like it. These two other ones, I don't know if I'm going to really reach for them. They're not really something I would gravitate towards, but I think I'm going to throw this one on here because I think it looked the best with this eye look. And then I'm going to gather my thoughts and I'll give you my final review of this entire collection. Look at when I go to wipe it off. It just wipes off the shimmer. That's amazing. Like, that's so intense. That looks like I'm wearing a complete red lipstick. So I'm back and I threw on my blazer once again. I thought it kind of gave me Beetlejuice vibes. Just a little bit more dainty perhaps. But anyways, now I'm going to give you my final review on all of the products here. So I'm going to go in order of favorites as well. So of course my favorites out of the entire collection were the eyeshadow palettes. I had so much fun with these yesterday and today. I think overall I created over 10 looks with them so far, so I feel like I can give you a really good review on them. I adore both of them quite equally, honestly, and I see myself using them a lot when I do colorful eye looks. So starting off with the Recently Deceased palette, I really love this one. I know I'm not someone who uses a lot of purples just because purple isn't my favorite to work with usually, but these ones performed beautifully and I love these tones in here just because they have like a really nice pinky undertone to them and they're super fun to play around with. I also, of course, adore the lime greens. I feel like lime greens are some of my go-to favorite colors to play with when I'm using color. And honestly, I think the first look is my personal favorite out of today. I loved each one, but something about the first one. All of these are really fun and I think you can create a lot of different looks within here. Moving on to the Waiting Room palette, of course I love this one because of the cool tones. I think this palette performed beautifully. Also, I really love the tones of the reds and kind of pinky reds in here. I love how they're a little bit more blood toned, a little bit more haunted feeling. I really liked how they performed. The only downside to this palette was this Juno shade right here. I found it to be quite inconsistent compared to all the other shadows, and for Melt in general, this one feels very flaky and crumbly. It doesn't feel secure in here, but other than that, every other shade in here performed beautifully. Even though I didn't use all of them, I think this is the only shade I've just swatched and not used on my eye yet, but over the course of this month I'm going to be playing around with these more. So honestly, the eyeshadow palettes, if you pick them up, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. These are super fun and I know I'm going to be using them a lot. My next favorites were the gel liners. I adore these. I'm so happy they continue to launch more colors with every collection. These are some of my most used products like these. I love how I can use them in so many different ways and the colors are really fun that they launched. I will say that this one I have found if you add too many layers it does start to crumble, so be aware of that. But overall I'm really excited that I have this. I can finally replace my Tarte Margarita paint pot from, I don't know how even old that is. I think it's over 5 years old and it's so dry and I just can't let it go, but I think it's time to let it go. This has definitely replaced that. The thing I love most about these is the variety of ways I can use them. So versatile, highly recommend them. They're fantastic products. Following that, the brushes were actually really awesome. The only brush I didn't get to use today was this one right here, the 28. It's so small, I couldn't see it. The other ones are so fun. I love how they're split tone. I see myself using these lots, especially this tiny little blending brush. My next favorite out of this collection was the mascara. I'll definitely have to keep using this. I want to see how it performs throughout a day since I did wipe it off a couple of times. The thing I really liked about this mascara was the wand itself. A lot of these wands that look like this are huge, and I tend to hit my eyeshadow a lot and it ruins my eyeshadow or whatever it may be, but this one is really easy to navigate throughout all your lashes. I really like how this formula is volumizing and lengthening. I think it performs beautifully, especially with these more intense eyeshadow looks. It makes sure that your lashes are still part of the show, you know? So I am going to have to continue trying this out, but so far so good. Following that are the lipsticks. First of all, the packaging of these lipsticks is so fun. It's so neon in person. It looks radioactive. I really enjoy it. So I really enjoyed this green lipstick as well as this corally bright red. These are the two that I see myself using. This purple one, I don't know how much I'll get use out of it, but these ones are really fun. I love how Melt is just not afraid of bold colors. I did post a story earlier today when I was wearing this lipstick, and I got some hate, you guys. I got some hate for wearing a green lipstick, but I don't care. I really liked how it looked. I felt pretty badass, and makeup is all about fun sometimes, and I had so much fun creating that look and wearing that lipstick. I'm going to wear it time to time just for funsies, that's for sure. They did a really great job at creating something very unique and I guess a little controversial. People got real sassy in my DMs. This shade right here felt a little drier than the other one, but once it was on, it felt completely fine like any other bullet lipstick. Following that were these electric lip paints. I think the only one I would see myself wearing is this one right here, especially for like Halloween-y looks or if I want to be really bold. I really like how it looks on my lips right now. The sparkle in it is really stunning. And then lastly for this collection was the eyelash curler. It did perform well. There was nothing wrong with it. I just personally prefer my Shuamera one, but I do really like the color of this one. So I'll probably use both of them. I just find that this one is a little bit more effective. It gives more of a intense curl, which I do need to keep my lashes up. So I guess that wraps up this review. All in all, I really loved creating this video. I think I filmed it all day. I started filming this video at 11 a.m. It's now 5 p.m., which is crazy. I had a lot of fun creating these looks with this collection. It truly ignited a lot of creativity in me. They never fail at their collections. They're always so fun. That is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful and inspiring. Let me know which look was your favorite. I would love to know. I'll make sure to link all of these products in the description down below as always, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.